All right, let's move over to this man right here, to Joe Rogan. We have a few tidbits on Joe Rogan, so I figured let's do this whole segment here about Rogan, so we don't have to go back and forth. This is you sent this to me. This is Joe Rogan on Chappelle's new special. If Google.
It even further, and the best evidence is Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's recent Sticks and Stones Netflix documentary, for whatever reason, Rotten Tomatoes thought it would be a good idea to only have it reviewed by
I want to point out that I am pausing this and using, under copyright law, fair use, as we are providing transformative commentary to these clips.
I would still wait to cover the other thing tomorrow, maybe.
You think so?
Safe, just to be safe.
Why? Because we're playing this?
Because we're playing this, and then we wanted to do the other thing, and they may not get us to the other thing.
All right, but you know what I'm going to do? I'd rather do the other thing then.
I'm just being cautious. We can do whatever we want to do it.
This fucker. So now, no, but we're not going to do stuff because of fuckface now?
I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just raising an issue now, so it's not an issue later. But I don't know what these people are going to do anymore.
All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this one. I'll do the other one. But when I cut them, I'll keep them separate.
Okay.
There we go. So it'll be 2 segments.
5
You'll find out in a second
super
why we're doing
progressive critics, only critics. They closed it off to the public.
Yeah.
It got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. They then opened it to the public.
Huh?
I see what you're doing.
You get it? Okay.
And it got 99%.
Of course.
If that doesn't show a crazy disparity between, first of all, the idea that you're going to suppress it. Like you're going to say it's 0%, so no one's going to watch it, and we're going to shut Dave Chappelle down. He's canceled.
Can you imagine somebody suppressing information?
It's disgusting.
Can you? I'm with. Are you with? We're with him.
One of the worst things you could do, really, is shut silence critics.
We're with him, right? We're with him right now, like trying to tell people, hey man, you can't talk about that dude.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's not cool, bro.
I mean, people say a lot of fucked up shit about me. I try to suppress it. I just
these
ignore
people,
them,
man.
But I don't suppress it.
We're with you, Joe.
Yeah, we're with you, dude. We're with
So
you.
fuck
Joe.
him, but people love him.
You can't cancel someone who doesn't care, man.
Well, you can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
No, you can't.
But on top of that, how would they not understand that someone is going to know that you're not opening it up to the public?
Yeah.
And that once it does get open to the public, you're going to get a massive whiplash, a backlash, where people are going to come, and even if they didn't want to vote on it, now they do.
Yeah.
And now they're going to give it 100%.
Right. It's almost like I'll throw a hypothetical out there, Mike. It's almost like if there was like a clip, and probably nobody would have noticed that clip if it would have just let it run its cycle, about somebody.
I wouldn't imagine anybody ever doing a thing like that.
Right. But then when you go and you try to suppress that clip, more people, you know what happens, Mike? I don't know if you know this. More people want to see that clip.
Well, especially when on top of that, you also take down the entire full episode of the show that the clip came from.
That would be crazy. But he's not for that, because that's the same thing he's talking about.
No, you don't suppress information.
You don't suppress
Joe
information.
just said it with his own words.
Yes, good. It's,
Or 99%.
I knew I had to watch it when I saw how all the many of the media channels that I really dislike and do not respect were coming so hard at it and saying, oh, no, you don't need to watch it and all this. I was like, oh, this means I absolutely have to watch it. The Guardian in the UK gave it 1 star, and I wasn't disappointed.
The influence of a relatively small group of human beings that are in charge of these media conglomerates.
I'm gonna have another one. If you know.
yeah, I'm a sip of my water too, actually. Go on.
You were saying?
Go on, Joe.
It's really astounding, and that it's not just opinion, right? It's like they're trying to get people to behave and think the way they do. It's not
activism.
just yes, it is activism,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's one word for it. There's other word. All I'm going to say is there's other words that can be used for it. Am I correct? Other words.
We can't use those words though.
It's not activism. It. By the way, I'll help you out. It ends with ism.
it's also
colonialism, guys. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
You fucking idiots.
Yeah. He wasn't going to say.
What? Mike!
What?
I wasn't, though. We weren't going to say that, so you can't get mad.
It's undiscussed.
You're right. You're right.
Is that okay? Did we do a good job, Black Cube?
They're glowing. They're happy.
So tell Alex Jones we said we're doing his bidding for him. So sick of these people. Man.
Yeah.
Activism. It's very transparent activism. It's in opposed to journalism. I really wish there was a place where we could go where we can get 100% unbiased information and news.
Yeah, Joe. Me too. Me too. Wouldn't that be great if we could do that, Joe? But I just want to play that part of the clip because it really sets up what Joe's about, right? It really sets up. Hey, Mike, you know what I was going to do? I wanted to check out one of my favorite shows. We've played it on here before, The King and the Sting. Remember?
Yeah, Brendan Schaub has just continued to.
Remember The King and the Sting?
This man continues to deliver, I think, some really good top-notch comedy.
Now, I'm not going to play the video.
Yeah, me and Royce had a nice little talk before the show.
Yeah. And I think we
We're gonna
both
make sure we
agreed.
pace this very well.
And there's a reason why we're not going to play the video. It's a reason why you could only find the video at fly height. Like, there's a reason for that, right? Want me to read the title of the video or just play it?
Let's just play the. Let's let people.
It's
hear
only
what-
9 seconds.
Yeah, it's Brendan Schaub.
And I
Having a
want to
chat.
get this transformative commentary here, guys.
Listen, I know some bald fucking dudes are slinging dick out there. Look at Dana White, Rogan.
So,
And that's the face he's making.
That
That is the face.
We didn't want to play the video, and we wanted to play a very short snippet of the audio because people have been getting struck down
That's correct.
left and right for this video clip.
People have been playing it, saying Z was taken down because it,
Sanzi, he didn't get struck, but he got
Blocked.
blocked.
Worldwide, yeah.
block. A couple other channels got worldwide blocks. But we figure we'll play a snippet of the audio. We'll show his face of realization after the fact. So basically what has happened is Brendan Schaub has accidentally, his big fat mouth, outed Rogan as cheating on his wife. And the story is that he's not thrilled. Now, the fighter and the kid, or which one is this one? The king and the sting, the fighter and the king.
King and the Sting.
The bick and the wick,
It's not the pick
So-
in the wick, I'm sure of that.
the hag, I don't know. But that was the Theo Von one with him.
Right.
But the he came and he let that slip out. It was on the on that website on their show. The episode, it actually was the fighter and the kid, I think.
No. I was just, trust me, I was just looking at
All
it.
right, well, it was on
King and the
one
Sting.
of
The
the
Theo
shows.
Von one.
Whichever episode it was has been taken down.
Dude,
That's not what it's about.
The
Sorry.
entire
Please send me
episode
back.
was
Sorry about
taken down from YouTube. The audio-only podcast was taken down, and it was re-uploaded, but with that snippet out of it.
Really?
Yeah, and the fighter and the kid. The reason I keep thinking it's fighter and the kid is because the fighter and the kid subreddit is the one that's like frothing at the mouth over this.
Fighter and the Kid subreddit is the one. Here it is. Yeah, it says King and the Sting episode 35 missing from this week. Dicey.
So these, you know,
So they
again,
took that snippet out of they re-uploaded the audio, took the snippet out.
and the autists are starting to figure it out. So, would you like to know who took down Sanzi's video?
I bet you I could guess, but go ahead.
It's a company called Bent Pixels.
Bent Pixels, aren't those the same people that took down the Beige Frequency documentary?
Joe Rogan's
Because
production company.
Joe Rogan's project, and people, it's actually not Joe. It is. Joe Rogan holds a large financial stake in that company. Just like Onnit's not his company, Onnit's also part of his company. He owns a huge financial stake in it.
Giant.
To sit there and pretend that he's not benefiting or he's not part of the structure of these companies, you're lying to yourself. Now, here's the thing with Bent Pixels. I've been hit before with just like, we've been hit as a show with just, hey, we're going to monetize your video because we played. That's fine, whatever. I don't care. Monetize the video. I think it's stupid. I still think we should be allowed to do it, but it's not worth fighting it, right? However, when Joe, and we just heard his own words, we're not putting words in his mouth, Mr. Can you imagine like suppressing criticism of something, man. Like, can you imagine, dude?
I can imagine it.
Like, suppressing it?
Yes, Joe. I can imagine it.
Well, that's what
You're
they're doing. You're doing it right now. Again,
I don't have to imagine it because
Right.
you're doing it right in front of me.
so the episode is
This
missing.
is the equivalent of Joe Rogan coming out, pulling his dick out, and being like, "Bro, could you imagine somebody jerking off right in front of you? Could you imagine that shit? Could you imagine it?" Like,
Yeah, you're doing it.
I don't have to. You're just watching you do it right now.
Can I leave, Louis?
You turn around and know Louis C.K.'s on the other side of you
Yeah,
in front of the door.
God damn it.
Listen, man, we're gonna watch you jerk off. He's gonna let me on the fucking show again. I really got to promote this thing.
Now you can't leave.
So now I'm just gonna fucking. Can I play with my fucking prick, fuck, shit, motherfucker?
So you sent me this now.
This is from our pal Andy's Random Edits.
And now this was Brendan Schaub on Rogan again recently. This is after the incident.
I'm not sure. I think it's after the incident.
But
You
even
can't
still,
quote me on that, but it's still.
even if it's before the incident, it shows you how would they say it on Law and Order, a pattern of behavior.
Yes.
A pattern of behavior.
But I do think this is after the incident.
This is after the incident. Okay, let's check it out.
Dude,
All right,
that's
Dominic
not what
Cruz.
it's about.
Yeah,
Just
you're
hit
right.
me
That's not
back.
what it's about.
You're right.
Dominic Cruz. Well, I don't want to say that. I can't say what else to say. I'll show you. You want to see it?
Yes.
Look at fucking Brendan just.
Was it racist?
No.
No, jeez.
Dominic's not racist at all. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Show that to Brendan, but tell him to shut the fuck up about it.
Don't say this on your podcast.
Don't say this on your podcast.
So.
That was Eddie Bravo, by
So
the way.
Coherent Nonsense is saying it was a day or two after.
Okay, so it was a day or two after.
It's according to them, yeah.
Okay, that's funny. Andy's running at it. He put the curb music in it. So,
And honestly, get to his credit, and we're gonna sit here and just shit on Joe Rogan the whole time. He's actually being kind of cool about it.
Yeah, he
like
laughs
he's
about
breaking ball. Yeah, just tell him to shut the fuck up.
now look,
like like he still has him on. It's whatever, but
I'll say this. Listen, I don't think there's a man or woman alive that didn't think that Joe Rogan isn't banging other chicks. I think we all know.
and according to a couple people, maybe some dudes
In
too.
leather. But
according to our Washington State correspondent Owen Benjamin,
yes, thank you.
he's part of the ROTC news desk.
He is. He won't wear a tie. We keep telling him to, and he just won't.
Yeah, we're gonna go live to Owen Benjamin in Gig Harbor, Washington. How's it out there, Owen? Guys, Joe Rogan's looks like a toe. I'm objectively not on speed.
But what about the shooting? So, again, we're talking about this off air, but do you think Joe's starting to regret helping this Brendan Schaub guy out?
Well, I said this earlier in the when we were off the air, but Brendan Schaub reminds me of what's his face, Steve Buscemi's character in The Sopranos. He's like Tony Blundetto. It's like Tony Soprano feels this like loyalty to his cousin, and he wants to help him out, and he feels guilty, but it's like he was just a perpetual fuck up, and he made basically all of the drama that came in seasons 5 and 6 of The Sopranos came from stupid Steve Buscemi's character and him acting out of pocket. And I think Brendan Schaub, he's the moron of the group. He's the Tony Blundetto of the Death Squad. Like, he's just the one that's like, man, I don't know, I'm stupid.
Right.
That or the Paulie Walnuts, because Paulie was kind of stupid too and would always tell people shit.
So, what has been happening, we mentioned it earlier, is that Bent Pixels has been taking down anybody that has this clip, that's been playing the clip. I know it's happened to a couple people that I know. It's probably happened to either other people that we don't know. So they're trying to make the clip disappear. However, it's already out there. Now the truth of the matter is, I saw this clip I think I saw it on Say Z when he put it out. I saw this clip of Brendan saying it, and I laughed, whatever. But to be honest with you, Mike, I wasn't going to bring it to the show because I'm like, so what? He says, I don't care. He slipped up. But the moment I heard that they were deleting it, I'm like, now we have to talk about it. Now we have to.
It wasn't a story.
It's
we
the
knew about
Streisand
this.
effect now.
Yeah, it wasn't a story. We knew about it. And we're like, who gives? Who
cares?
doesn't get their dick wet?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a non-story. And then today when I went, yeah, did you know he's striking channels? Like, Royce is like, well, shit, now we got a story. Like, it was like, now we've revisited it. Right. It was like, wait, he's doing what now? No, the cheating. Who gives a shit? This is the story. And it's like, you're doing the thing. You're doing the thing.
And so they're going around and then they're popping it. And by the way, I'll say this again. Nobody thinks that, I don't think anybody in their right mind thought Rogan isn't fucking chicks. I'm actually under the belief.
I'd be disappointed if he wasn't.
I know. I'm under the belief that his wife knows it. I believe when you reach that level, there's an arrangement. It's like, hey, just fucking use protection. I don't care. You know, I'm living a good life. But there's also the Brendan's an idiot because there's this weird, like, respect level, right? Where you don't publicly go, yeah, I'm fucking this chick, and you embarrass your wife, you know? So nobody thought that. I'm sure that they have an arrangement. Fine. That's not what blew my mind. You know, Rogan's cheating on his wife. Yeah, duh. Right? Like, there's a lot of people. Like, you know, the people have arrangements. That's fine. You know, everybody's happy, and they even if you know, you could even say staying, like, people like, you know, have an arrangement because they're staying together for the kids. At least they're staying together for the kids. You know what I mean? At least the kids are gonna have. So whatever. We don't know what anybody's life is, right? I don't give a shit.
And again, that's why we weren't gonna cover it.
Right, we really
like,
weren't.
Yeah, it's not
we really
business.
weren't. We weren't. We were like, who cares? Like, who cares?
People getting their dick sucked ain't our business. Yeah. People censoring content creators for pointing something out is our fucking business.
That's
and
the
it
problem.
always will be our business.
So, Joe, just so you know, you cheating on your wife is not the problem here, bud. Nobody cares. You not letting people... You can't... We've learned this. Joe Rogan can't be in the barrel. He'll make fun of other people. He'll put other people in the barrel. When it's his turn, and it happens to all... We've been in the barrel, right?
You know who actually does the... shout out, you know, obviously to Red Bar. I don't know if the video clip's up anymore, but Mike David, like last year or the year before, he did a really extensive breakdown of a video of Rogan being on Kill Tony. Mm-hmm. And because Mike's brilliant at pointing out dynamics between people, and he was breaking down how everyone tiptoes, like everybody's breaking balls, but everybody kind of tiptoes around Rogan. And then even the stuff that is like playfully fucking with him, you can kind of see it bugs him. Like you said, he doesn't like the joke should not ever be on him. He does not like that. And Jeremiah Watkins, who's the funniest guy on Kill Tony, not even fucking. That's not even an arguable point. Jeremiah Watkins, who's a very funny comedian, he's on the Kill Tony show. He does this gimmick where he's part of the band for the Kill Tony show, but they're terrible. And it's like three comics playing instruments terribly, but they always have a theme. Like every show, they'll dress as like 40s detectives or they'll do whatever. And this episode, Jeremiah Watkins dressed as Joe Rogan. And he came out with a bald cap on, and he had the On It shirt, and he was just doing like Joe Rogan's walk and was making all goofy stuff. And Rogan was like, ha, 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 ha. But you could kind of see like fuck this kid. Like, look, it was very weird. I remember it was an old episode of Red Bar where he broke it all down. He's like, look at this fucking guy. Like, they fear him. He's like a mafia don out
You know, the
there.
other thing about that, too, is, and this is the part that is kind of sad, is that he used to be okay to be in the barrel. He was, when he was just moon landing guy or whatever, people make fun of him all the time, and he played clips of them and he joke about it. He's reached this status level now where he can't be the dude in the barrel. He will actively go out there, Mr. Free Speech, Mr. We have to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Is out there making these clips go away. And please don't tell me it's not selective. I don't want to hear anybody say that Ben Pixels copyright blocks everybody worldwide. They don't. Sometimes there's clips here where we're neutral about Joe Rogan. We clip him up there. Nobody has a problem with him. It's fine. It's no problem. There's even times where, like, you know, when you're being a little critical of Joe, and it's, you know, whatever, but it's fine. But the moment he's embarrassed, or the group of people that because his little group of people that he's around with get embarrassed, it's fucking take the video down. So now you're censoring content creators, right? On this platform that you yourself have said, hey man, you can't be censoring people, dude.
Yeah,
you know, Joe Rogan's complained about his episodes not getting monetized because he used to actually play clips of stuff on his show, and he doesn't anymore. Yeah. And then he would complain about it, like, "Are you going to monetize?" So you know,
he knows what's going on.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, and there's other ways to go about it, even if you want it taken down. You know, the good example is when I was doing Nightwave last year. I roasted this chick, for no reason other than she just had a Facebook page.
Right.
And she was like some personality in the, like, she would interview people and stuff. And she was just kind of like, I don't know, like kind of a So I made fun of her. And I roasted her. And she was an obscure person, but she was a public figure. And I roasted this chick for like 5 straight minutes. It was hilarious. I wrote like a top 10 list. I just wrote 10 jokes about her that were mean. And it was up as a clip and everything. She reached out to me on Twitter and was so nice about it that I, not only did I take the clip down without being, like, she implied that she wanted me to take the clip down, but she wasn't like, take this down. Like, she was so nice about it that not only did I take the clip down, but I felt like absolute dog shit by the time I talked to her. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, it was mean and it was unprovoked. And it was like, she goes, look, the bottom line is I'm trying to get into singing, and I just had this person. They produced a song for me. I'm finally going to put it out there, and if you Google my name, your video is like the top thing, and it's just you shitting on me. And it's like, can you help me out and put my song out? I'd like that to be. And I was like, yeah, I feel bad. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, and I took it down, and it was over. And it wasn't like, what did that bitch do? It was just like, yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. I was just picked you at random. It wasn't very nice of me. I don't want to fuck your shit up. And I took it down because I didn't want to fuck her shit up. And God bless her. I'm not even saying it. I know everybody's going to be mean, but it was fun. But, like, he just, if she had reported the video, it would have been World War III.
Of course, yeah.
Her videos would have had 1,000 downvotes. It would have been trampled all over the comment section. She would have been overwhelmed. But she handled it in a way where you're like, I was like, fuck, man, I kind of feel bad. And I was like, all right, man.
Every shock jock has his soft side.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just being a human being. Like, you could be a dick. Oh, I'm on here. I'm being a dick.
I'll be fair.
Like, hey, man, you're going to fuck my new single up. And I'm like, yeah, that's shit.
I'll be fair though. If Joe Rogan were to contact us and go, "Don't do the," still do the clip. I wouldn't do him a favor. Like, I've no need to do Joe Rogan a favor.
I get it, but if he, again, it's not reporting. It would just be, hey man, could you be nice? And yeah, it might fail with us. It would fail because we're horrible people. But because again, this girl had, I think, 1,500 Facebook followers and was putting out this song that probably, to be fair, nobody's ever going to hear anyway. But I don't want to dash somebody's hopes and dreams. You know what I mean? So I was like, I get it. I'm a dick. I feel bad. Joe Rogan's a different scenario, but it still would have been appreciated if he just contacted, like, look, man, you can't fucking help me out, man. Brendan's an idiot. You know what I mean? We're trying to chill out with this whole thing. And you know what? Maybe some people would have fucking handled it differently. But now everybody's going to double down and point out that you like to get your dick sucked behind your wife's back.
So this is just, all you're doing is making this a bigger story than it would have been. This would have disappeared, you know? This would have just disappeared. Nobody would have said anything. I think this is the same reason ever since that stuff came out after the Tim, we played the clip after the Jack and Tim Pool podcast. That's why they don't go live anymore. They pre-record it and then they schedule it and they air it. It's for that. I mean, he has become this. Joe Rogan is an entire company to himself. He's a one-man corporation. The guy is huge, right? Doesn't have a lot of employees, and he cares, which is fine. If you want to be one of those dudes, protect your image, but you can't be free speech guy, right? You can't be like, imagine suppressing information while actively suppressing information. Look, I know we'll never be Joe Rogan, right? I know we'll never be his size or anything, and that's fine.
Speak for yourself.
Maybe you will.
Guys, I'm going to be bigger than InfoWars.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. And he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want anyone to make fun of him, and that's fine, man. But now that's it. When you start doing this, when you start taking copyright blocking stuff, which let's see what you do with ours. I'm really curious to see. I'm gonna let you know right now, just right in front of the game. Everything we've done is transformative content from beginning of this clip to the end. You do it. I'm going to appeal it, and I just sue us, right? Like, seriously, and I mean that sincerely. If you think what we did isn't fair use, fucking sue us. I do it. I want to see Ben Pixels come out and have a lawsuit. That way the rags pick it up, and then they go, what are they? Because normies don't know about this shit. What are they suing them for? Oh, because Joe. The more it's this is the internet, Rogan. You've been here long enough. It's like quicksand. The internet is quicksand. The more you fight it, right? The more you try to go against it, the more people are going to go, what's Joe Rogan mad about? oh, I like him. Oh, I just listen to his MMA stuff. But what do you mean? Oh, and then all of the sites are going to start picking it up. So why don't you just fucking be in the barrel, take it, let people fucking laugh.
Yeah, and it's the internet, Joe, you fucking moron. Some idiot is making their lives worse every hour on this platform. Relax. Something else is going to happen between now and you trying to delete the video. That it all go away and nobody will care about it, right? Am I right? Like,
You're right.
It's somebody's going to come along, you know, they're going to find a dead girl at JF's house or some other shit, and everybody's going to just forget about you. So relax. You just got your dick sucked. Who cares? It's a minor sin, right? It's
in the grand scheme of thing, it really is, especially if you're in the entertainment business, right? It's not that big of a deal, but you fighting it is a big deal. You now fucking with other people. That's the problem. You know, whether you like people or not. Again, you can't be Mr. Censorship, dude. And again, that's why I give credit to the Tim. We gave credit to Tim Pool when he didn't know he was being recorded.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, man, I do no harm. I'm not gonna try to get anybody else taken down. Like, I don't do that shit." And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, good for him. And that's someone that you're not. But Joe Rogan is very, very two-faced. He's especially when it comes to protecting him and his. I hate saying this, brand. When he's protecting the Joe Rogan brand,
he
is absolutely doesn't give a fuck who you are. Joe Rogan doesn't. People say Joe Rogan stands up for other YouTube shows. No, it's not, man. It's everybody's competition to him, right? Anybody he doesn't want another Joe Rogan. He does all these people that he platforms up there and whatever. He doesn't want. He'll let them get big as long as they know, hey, you're there because of me. Mm-hmm. You know, you're there. You could stay there. You know.
Well, they're saying too that there's, you know, people are speculating that. I mean, because how often does Joe or Jamie or these guys have technical glitches or issues? Very rarely.
Yeah,
They're on point. Mm-hmm. Isn't it kind of convenient that the fucking Twitter people asked Tim about? So why don't you give me some of the names of some of these people? And they had they still had the shit going live.
Yeah.
What are the odds it happens at that moment? So people are saying they were trying to set up Tim Pool.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I've had stuff where my broadcaster's frozen up, so I do get that. Or you
that moment.
Yeah, I know.
What are the odds? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not possible.
In this part of the country, at this time of day?
Localized in your kitchen? I'm just saying it's a little weird. Seymour,
the house is on fire!
Yeah. That's not, you know, you notice Jamie didn't fuck up while Joey Diaz was off the air telling an ass-eating story.
Right.
It happened right when they went to Tim Pool and said, you want us to take these fucking people out? Thinking maybe they would have gotten him on tape going, yeah, could you help me out with that? Tim Pool would have been, his fucking credibility would have tanked after that.
Right.
It's almost like they were trying to kill Tim Pool. Not literally. I meant
career.
Kill his momentum.
Yeah. His career. He's doing van videos again. It's really hard to watch.
Well, they're doing well. He thinks maybe it'll get him back to...
Tim Pool doesn't do as well. Do you know that Tim Pool doesn't do as well as Vandis Owens?
He wants to fuck her, and he's like, I know how I'll get to her. I, too, live in a van.
I also have a snake.
Could you imagine that? That's your two... I live in a van, and I own a snake. And that's the difference. Is like, a guy lives in his van and owns a snake. He's literally like a... Right? Like, he's just a mess. But if a chick who looks like that does it, you'll still fuck her. This is why women will never be held to the same standard as men.
No, dude, your giant snake is why people respect you.
That hot chick goes like, I live in a van and I have a snake. And you're like, yeah, that's great. Look, I'm paying for drinks. Oh, shit. So knock yourself out. I'm paying for drinks. So seriously, just let's go back to your van. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fair.